request from someone on YouTube to do a video using our indicators on the futures for NQ and for MNQ. This is Mo from MRight Trading. This is February 6, 2025. And for a proxy for NQ and MNQ, I'm going to use QQQ. It's basically the NASDAQ, but we don't have any time restraints. When you're looking at futures, you have this blank space after, a few months ago. So it's hard to look at long term. And so what I want to do is take a look at it long term, midterm, and short term to see what's going on with QQQ. The first thing I'm going to do is bring in Magic Linear Regression Channels. And we'll do that by picking them out as an indicator. Magic Linear Regression. There we go. Set a start time here and here. And this is at the local lows. So you see, if we're looking at the short time frame on the daily chart, starting back in August of 24, that's what I mean by short. Or actually, that's more midterm. But as you can see, we still have higher highs and higher lows. So it seems like an open and shut case. But check this out. I'm going to delete that. Let's widen our view on this a little bit, or a lot. So let's take this, let's add a new Magic Linear Regression Channel. And I want to pick a low, one of these lows here. What you'll find is that it's not really going to matter that much. So I'm going to pick this low here. And then here's a nice little, or actually this most recent one. Let's pick that one. Bam. Make a linear regression. Because the time frame is so tight, we've got a lot of these pivots. So I'm going to take those out. Let's see. Get rid of the pivot points. And we want to add the inner Fibonacci band upper and halfway up. There we go. Oh, one more thing. Let's extend that to, let's say, 300 bars. There we go. All right. So now, going from this low to this low, the linear regression line is definitely in an uptrend. As you can see here, we got a green line pointing up. But what you see is that this was a high. This was November 2021, and we're close to hitting the top of this channel, this really, really long channel dating back to back to 2018. And if we take it back even further, let's say 2016, channel doesn't change that much. In fact, we've already hit the top of the channel. Take it back a little further. Take it to this little dip right there. We broke through the channel. And we're coming back down already. So let's move this to a more recent time. And we just touched the top of the channel. We're bouncing down off of it. What does that mean? Well, it looks like the resistance that we've been seeing over the last few months, the consolidation, or what it looks like consolidation, is actually we're at the top of this channel. And I don't know if it's very likely we're going to exceed that. More than likely, I would say that we're probably going to have this type of action. Maybe come back down to that baseline and then come back up to this fib. But that to me is what it looks like from a long-term perspective. And that top, using, again, let's see. So we are going from 3/23/2020 as a start date up until this little bottom here. which is 9/10/2024. And it looks like we are at the top of this channel. So that's the long-term outlook. Looks like we have a correction coming our way. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what it looks like. So let's go and look at a shorter time frame. I'm going to delete that. Get this out of here. So let's go back to where we were before. And add another Magic Linear Regression Channel. Let's take it from, it really doesn't matter. You can do low to low or high to high. I like low to low when we have higher lows, but we could just as well take this from this high to this high. And then let's extend it. Let's say about 100 bars. And you see we're just hugging this baseline right here. That's what's pretty much going on. And judging from that longer term Magic Linear Regression Channel, this was actually a top in that longer channel. So what does that mean? That means we may not get back up to here, which is really not that far away. So right now, post market, the Qs were at 528.96, and that top was, let's see, the high was 539.15. So that's just 10 points away. So let's look at that on the NQ. So like I said, you don't have anything past here, so that's why we're looking at the QQQ. So we can do the same thing, draw this Magic Linear Regression Channel. Bob, let's pick, I think we were using highs. So let's pick that high and pick this high, extend it. I think we did 100. This time we'll add the Fibonacci in the half band. And there we can see halfway up, we have some bounces here. We got a bounce right here. And some touches, yeah, mostly in the half band. So right now, we're about where we've been since August of last year, just hanging out around here. So this could conceivably just hang out, consolidate, until it gets back up to about this level. And then what? I don't know. But because that is actually the top of a 10-year channel, once we get back up there, man, short positions maybe. But let's look at it at an even shorter time frame. So I'm going to get rid of that linear regression channel. Let's go to 65 minute. I choose 65 minute because that breaks the day. And oh, actually, no, we're doing futures. But on a regular trading day, 65 minute breaks the day into even increments. Instead of, I think it was if you use hours, you get like 7.5 hours, and then if you use 65 minutes, you get 8 different even breaks. I think that was something that Brian Shannon Alpha Trends had brought to our attention. So let's take a look here. This time we're going to add the magic order blocks. Take a look. Well, actually, let's just add that from scratch. So from here, magic order blocks, bam. And this is at its default setting. So we have some pretty big support and resistance areas right now on the NQ. 21, 19, 25 seems like a pretty important area of resistance. And you can see if we just draw a diagram from, let's see, get my tools out. Oh, there we are. So this whole area is a bunch of resistance, especially up in here. And again, this is the top of a 10+ year long channel. Or no, we went back to about 2016, so nearly a 10-year channel. So this is pretty significant. And if we keep seeing lower highs, then maybe that it's not a good sign. We've also been seeing a lot of big gaps, just a lot of volatility going on. If we look at the go back to the Qs and look at this at a 65-minute time frame, and let's just look at the, or actually, you know what? Let's go to NDX and turn off the regular trading hours. So you can see the gaps are a lot more apparent on NDX, which is we're just showing the regular trading hours. Be pretty much the same as doing QQQ. Session, regular trading hours. So you see these massive gaps. So there's a gap down, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap down, big gap. So there's a ton of gaps, a lot of volatility. And it could be because we have a new president that has a lot of really generational shift policies going into place. But it might just be that we're at the top of that really long channel. So what's going to happen in the near future? Let's go back to MNQ. Looks like right here, that 21.19.25 looks like a pretty important stopping point. But there's something else I wanted to look at, which is this. I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Bow. I'm going to place that at, guess what? 22, 22, 22. Bam. And if we look at that on the daily chart, that looks like a pretty significant peak. And if we squeeze that down, oh, actually, it'd be easier to look at on the daily chart for QQQ. And let's draw that line again. That was there, and then let's put it at, oh, actually, we can't do that with 22, 22, 22. But what we can do is use QQQ and SPY price levels. And this tells us where QQQ is while we're on the MNQ futures. So this is 525, 527.50. So this is probably about 530. I'm sorry. If this is 2.5, double that is about 5. So 535. So that's probably about 535 on the Qs. But yeah, it looks like we got some major overhead resistance coming in. And let's put the order blocks back in. One thing we can do with these order blocks is that we can change the sensitivity, because once you're on the longer time frame, you don't have as many candles and ATR moves, so you have to change the sensitivity a little bit. So we're going to change the number of ATRs the move took for the order block move. And once again, you have this resistance up here on the daily chart, 22,250. So it looks a lot like we're going to hit a wall up here and then come back down. How far down? I don't know. But let's go back to where we started, to the daily time frame on QQQ. Let's get rid of this, and then we can sum up the outlook. This is Magic Linear Regression Channel. Pick just any old low down here, and then let's pick a recent low like here. Add or extend this out by 200. Okay, and let's get rid of all the pivots. So like I said, if you pick any of these lows extending out to, oh yeah, 2015, we did go back 10 years, or even to 2018, or even as recent as 2019, they all show pretty much the same channel that we're just hitting the top of. So that might be the reason for the volatility as well. It may not just be, the new president that's in office. And so, like I said before, this back down to this baseline and then maybe back up, or we could conceivably take a little ride and come all the way back down here. That might not be too fun. Of course, it'll never be a straight line. And usually when you have these types of corrections, you have big jumps, which is exactly what we're seeing now, the big gaps. But that's about it. I'm just overall bearish on Qs. I mean, there's also the chance that we could just run at the top of this level for a little while and just keep going back and forth, or just consolidating here before curving back down. But in any case, I don't see much upward movement, just based on this chart. All right, and that's it. I wanted to do a quick demo of a product we're about to come out with called the stock screener, or I'm sorry, the Magic watch list. And that allows you to go to the stock screener page on TradingView and make a pop-up watch list that you can pin to the page, and that can take you directly to whatever ticker that you're looking at. The normal way that TradingView's screener works is that once you find something, you sort, you try to go there, it takes you to this intermediate page. That kills me. So I had to build this, so where now I can go straight to the chart page and bypass that intermediate step. And then we can also make it so that you can open it up in a brand new window. So this is a brand new browser window. So now you can leave the page and keep this up. So now you can keep your screened tickers close to you and still be able to get back to the TradingView page. And lastly, you can take or you can copy the entire list and create a brand new watch list. New watch list, save, and with what we just copied, the common delimited list of tickers from this watch list, bam, we just created a brand new populated watch list. All right, if that sounds good, or you like this video, send me or give the video a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.